Words, mere words, no matter from the heart, the effect doth operate another way. English is pretty weird. For example, if I want to pluralize thesis, do I go with thesi or theses? What about octopus? Octopuses, octopi, octopodes, octopussies? What is the past tense of tweet? Twat, of course. So when you go to Twitter to tweet, you are twatting all over the interwebs. But yeah, English is a weird language. Here's some fun. Try to say something in the future tense of English. That is to say, try saying something without using a present tense verb form. You might think that you can do this by saying, tomorrow I will go to the bank. But go is still present tense. In this case, what you have done is to put the auxiliary verb will to indicate future, and that is not a real future tense. You see, it's different in other languages, like, say, Spanish. In Spanish, you can take almost any present tense verb and add an AR, ER, or IR, and boom, you're in the future. But in English, if you wish to go 88 miles an hour, you have to add an auxiliary verb. The closest you can get to future tense is I will, and just leave the sentence at that. Yuck, right? Not that I wish to imply that English is deficient, we just do things a little differently. In fact, all Germanic languages appear to have this problem, as Wikipedia informs me that German only has one auxiliary verb with which to handle the entire future. This oddity in English is even more interesting when you consider that we do have a past tense. Hell, most things written in English are in the past tense. Pick up any novel. Look on the internet. But we tend to speak in the present tense. Some examples of tenses. I followed her into the store. Past tense. I followed her down the aisles. Present tense. I will follow her to the checkout. Still present tense. I am going to follow her out to her car. Again, present tense. I just got maced. Past tense. But notice that auxiliary, past tense, works really well in English. Part of the reason is we're used to it. Everything we read on the page is past tense. Sure, there are a few novels and short stories, and all teleplays and films are written in the present tense, but I have never read a story in the future tense, because it can't be done. And even if you were to attempt it with what passes for future tense in English, it would be clumsy. Imagine, Elizabeth will be going to the police station on Thursday. She will go because of a murder that will happen a few days from now. The murder will be brutal, and she will forever remember how the blood will pool in the cracks on the street that the city workers are going to build. You can't sustain that for very long. It labors like an extremely fat man running a marathon up Mount Vesuvius. You might be able to do it in a short story because those can be incredibly dense and short, so there's a challenge for anyone who wishes to try it. And if you are tense, try loosening up, because ain't none of us getting to the future tense like that.